terrified. Yes, filled with trepidation. I would go so far as to say.
So we'll have to see what the RNG gods are going to decide for this possible final match. OMG up 2-0. Last round was extremely close, though.
Yes, it was.
That could have gone to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, a cross kill always shows you a close match. You know, you never see a cross kill unless someone's AFK, basically. And I don't think anybody's going to be AFK here on the main stage of Blizzcon 2011. And I'm wondering if they're going to change up, race, if they're going to stick with the setup they've been going with so far, maybe go back ally. Interested to see.
Well, I'm sending him into the arena right now, so we will see in just a moment. See what map it's going to be on.
They probably will be.
There we go. Okay. And I believe this is the teams. Let's take a look at them. They join, and there we go. It is. It's going to be on Ruins of Lordaeron this time.
Which is a difficult map. Once again, honestly, for MLS and MLP, like I said, Jung Yup is just going to be able to sit at the edge of that fight and rotate around, do whatever he wants.
All right, so we are back in the game, of course. OMG up 2-0 over Skillcapped, and Skillcapped earlier in this tournament seemed so dominant, and of course they have defeated this team once already.
Yes, they have, and narrowly though. It was a very narrow victory, and I think now OMG knows what to expect. You know, like I said, like we saw in their little interview, they were a little wary of this particular matchup. But like I said, I didn't think it was fear. I think it was more so respect. And you know, I think that's confirmed now. We've seen OMG just play at the very, very highest level. And that's because they know they have to. If they let a mistake go by at all, Skillcap will destroy them.
All right. Gates are going to open pretty soon. Skillcap's last chance at the money. Snuts, it's a year later. He lost at the very end last year. If he can come back, they need 3 in a row to take this.
They do against HBDK, a difficult counter comp. And there you see the
to
countdown timer.
Give
this
them
could
some
be
noise.
it, guys.
Let's go.
This could be the last match you
see
them play for a while.
Possibly $75,000 on the line for OMG right now, or a chance to come back for Skillcapped as immediately Toes gets scattered trapped, and he's going to trinket right from the start. Look at the damage on the Snuts right from the beginning, but so on to Gucci, as Gucci's going to Divine Protection right there with a fear. Hasn't had to trinket yet, and I think that's what the team of Skillcap was trying to bank on right there.
Not so low with that
with the bop.
Oh. Using
Trying to cast as Toes
is
silenced right now with Strangulate. Toes getting so low. Once that bop fades, he's going to be in trouble. Sleeping is death coiled right now. Toes with Divine Shield up. They have forced so much out of Toes straight from the start. Not looking good for Skillcapped right from the start.
Yeah, no, it's not. And I thought Gucci was going to have to bubble there early on, but he held out for it. And that's going to be a huge turning point in this match, honestly. Very, very beginning. To have forbearance up on Toes is going to be so susceptible to every point of CC. And just Jung Yup caught into a fear. Kind of feared out of the fight here. This could be a good time to CC him.
Turn it back on
Sleeping. Yep, getting that damage done onto the DK while the Hunter is left to just run rampant. You see him just pumping steady shots into Snuts. Snuts jumping dangerously low before he portals back to safety.
He has to find his Paladin right now because he's going to have pets on him.
I use the term safety so loosely right now.
Toes is silenced right now.
This could be the very end.
He needs to be healed up, and there he goes. 30,000 healed, but they're going to switch it on to Toes. Started to stack necrotics where they can. Jung Yup down to half right now with that deterrence. Smart move there.
Yep, got
Gucci
that worst
only having trinkets so far. And wow, and here comes the crowd control now. Skillcapped is getting back into it as Sleeping gets really low.
Yeah.
Gucci's trying to heal him. And Jung Yup feigned as Pooks trying to cast on Jung Yup, and that seems to be his target, but Pooks is having so much trouble keeping him in line of sight.
Yeah, it's a pain for sure. Like I said, he's going to be able to just
but now he has him right where he wants him, right in front of his face as he's dumping damage into Jung Yup. No crowd control onto Gucci quite yet as he pops his wings, trying to get massive amount of heals. Look at that, Master's Call, Rapid Fire, Hand of Sacrifice. They're doing everything they can to put damage in because they know they can kill Snuts. Toes right now almost has his trinket back up, but no bubble as of yet.
This is good for them. Jung Yup, I believe he's already used his readiness and his deterrence. You saw, I mean, he may have 1 deterrence left, but Jung Yup is a big target. Sleeping has been spiking down below 50% regularly. This is good for Skillcap. They're spreading out their damage. They're doing it successfully, and they're not, none of them are about to just fall over dead.
That would have Venom for the extra healing debuff is on him. A big fear, all 3 targets right now, and a silence on Gucci. He has no way out of this. Sleeping is in trouble. HRJ on Gucci. Pooks also taking damage. Pooks on fire right now.
They still have to take out Jung Yup.
There they go as they leave the arena.
All right. Good job, guys. Your cheering apparently worked.
I can't believe Snuts lived through that.
Believe it.
Wow.
Just happened.
Portaling away with 10,000 hit points and a necrotic stack.
Yep.
A necrotic stack.
And just stand there and just hope Toes is the next person you see in line of sight of you. And it was. I mean, It worked out for sure. And Pooks had some great peels there. He forced Jungyup's hand so many times there where he should have been doing damage and getting a kill shot in on Snuts. Instead, he was dealing with Pooks. And the teamwork coming out of Skill Cap right now is the only reason they stayed in that match as long as they did. But still, you know, Ring of Valor could be looming right around the corner.
Definitely could. As the players are trying to get themselves psyched up for this match yet again. Korean team, not much changes on their expressions. I mean, they were very happy for the first 2 wins, obviously, but they know what they have to do. All they have to do, they've got 2 cloth targets, and they can go on either one.
Exactly. I mean, they're playing PHDK, and they obviously know what they're doing. It's just a matter of target selection for them and cooldown management. And even the cooldown management part's not really that difficult. Their DPS can really afford to just go all out at the beginning, and then Gucci is there to back him up. You saw his late bubble. You know, the fact that he saved his bubble when he was at 20% through like silence and root. I mean, it just really it speaks volumes about his confidence in his teammates. And just little things like that can make or break a matchup. But it's so impressive that Skill Cap was able to convert that into a kill and really just kind of let Gucci do his own thing. He didn't even really bother with it. Just said, we're going to shut down your DPS real hard. And that's what happens.
All right, no Ring of Valor yet. It's in a grand arena. Nice balanced map for these 2 teams to face off on. That pillar is going to see so much action.
Damage for days. Lots of number spam here in our UI is what you can expect from the very beginning of all these matches. Because PHDK is all about that damage. It's not a late game comp. It's not really that much of a finesse comp if you think about it. They are just here to pick targets and do work. And hey, you can't argue with the results for sure. Skilled Cap, though, having a pretty difficult time answering back on that playing MLP. You know, MLS would be impossible. And then Mage Lock Paladin, well, it's doable. That's about the best you can say in this particular matchup. And going into the Grand on a nice wide open arena,
final.
I'd say this
Skill
is about
Cap,
as good as it gets.
Keeping it interesting, currently down 1-2, best of 5 for $75,000. Of course, top left is going to be your team of Skill Cap. It's going to be Pooks playing the Troll Frost Mage, Snuts playing the Goblin Affliction Warlock, and Toes on Holy Paladin. Top right, going to be the team of OMG with so much damage coming out from it. Gucci on Paladin, Jungyup playing that Hunter, representing the Hunter class, and Sleeping's on DK. Give it up. This is a huge match.
Yep. Everything
the Grand
out from
Arena.
Here. It could end at any
from the
moment
start.
for Skill Cap, and honestly, Skill Cap can come back at any moment and take OMG out of this tournament. And look how hesitant they are to engage here on the Grand.
They really
I
are.
expected Jungyup to be in the middle, dismounting, just pummeling targets. Instead, he's going to stay back by his pillars.
Now you can see Snuts trying to get dots where he can, because if he can get a good stack going, he's going to be able to soul swap that all around.
Yeah. And we shall see. I mean, he's pushing up a little bit. Just got to be careful.
All right. So Snuts looking for his target right now. They haven't used him much, as they're just going to dart in and out of line of sight, and that's what they're waiting for, a good grip. And that's why he is Goblin right there, able to rocket jump a bit away, as he's going to resummon his pet, and there he goes. He's going to switch from the Fell Hunter to the Imp for that Singe, and Jungyup is stuck in the middle right now. Impact stun. No CC onto Gucci quite yet, as we see a stun on to Pooks from the pet, as he's going to try to kite back a bit, and the Grand might play a little bit more in the favor of Pooks living this time around. Yeah, for sure. And he was standing there, I saw Sleeping's on there for just a second before he was peeled. And Jungyup swapping onto Pooks did surprisingly little damage. I'm really curious to see what OMG is going to be doing here in the next minute and a half of this match, because it's a very different play style than what we've seen so far in this tournament. It's almost like they were thrown back a minute by that win on Ruins by Skill Cap, but I'm still not sure. Maybe it's just a really clever trick to just get Skill Cap to overextend, to get overconfident, think, yeah, we can do this. And then they'll spring this trap. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here on the Grand VL, but it's sure to be a fast-paced bloodbath when it unfolds. Oh, yes. All right, so what Snuts is doing right now, changing his pet out because he needs to get some more dispels going, and that's what they're trying to do at this point. Now, Pook's sitting up pretty far back, trying to cast onto Jungyup. It's amazing. Both teams playing so passively because they want to wait for the other team to commit.
Yeah.
But it looks like Pooks might be going in right now as they get a deep freeze onto Jungyup, starting the damage out very soon as we see an anti-magic zone right from the start. But look, Pooks instantly taken down to 50% health as We just had a steal, but Pook's so much trouble right now.
Yeah, he's going to be blocking. Actually, he's going to be evocating here right in the face. And Sleeping's pulled around the pillar, did not even go for the interrupt. Kind of blowing my mind. Snut's taking a lot of damage, throws down another portal on this side, a more offensive portal placement. And still not peeking out again, not overextending at all.
Oh, that was a good ring placement. It means that they can't get back. Oh, but look at what Pooks did. He just blinked into line of sight.
And he went for the poly, but he got silencing shot and then into a
trinket. Oh, this was a bad situation. Pooks used his blink first, used his trinket, and had to block.
Yeah, and even worse, the DK is next to him when he comes out of block. So Sleeping, you're just going to see, he's going to stay on him. Nice coil peel coming out of Snuts, it looks like, and they're going to try to set up some damage on YoungUp, but he uses his deterrence, and he's going to hide behind that trap, which I don't blame him one bit.
So there's a really smart move on the PHDK's front because they are using Unholy Frenzy to keep their Paladin out of CC. YoungUp in that deep freeze with lots of lances coming at him, taking a lot of damage. Toesbow not having to use any cooldowns quite yet.
You see Gucci falling back with YoungUp, just trading spaces on the map here. Sleeping's caught into a deep freeze, throwing a little bit of damage out. We've seen very, very consistent play here out of Skillcap in the last couple of maps. And I've noticed that they've stabilized quite a bit more. Even while they're being aggressive, their health bars are staying higher. They're just playing a little bit more carefully, toasting a 6-second strangle as Pooks is sitting in a silencing shot. And he does not have hypothermia up, but using a cold snap here at about the 3 or 4 minute mark would be kind of rough.
We have a blind on the Toes right now from the Monkey Pet. Now Pooks sitting down to half. We see the wings come out on Toesbow, trying to get those huge heals because YoungUp in a good position to die right now because Gucci was behind the pillar, but YoungUp getting around the pillar quite quickly, and Pooks taking so much damage. We hear Snuts starting to fear. And there we go, a bubble out of Gucci right now. Second block, Pooks is probably going to sit all the way through this as he tries to run, but he's so low on life right now. Toes, though, able to get that bop off, and that's exactly what he needed to do. Gucci's shield is down, however, he does have that Guardian.
Yeah, but I'm noticing YoungUp gaining some more energy here. Yeah, he's definitely going to be falling back, kind of letting that recharge. He's going to go set up some bursts here in just a minute on Pooks. No doubt about it. At R, whoever pushes up release, he's not getting into space, trying to throw some dots out there as they push up on that pillar. Pooks is probably going to be the main target of choice here for this PHDK. They'll definitely be the smart thing to do.
He's onto Gucci right now, taking a lot of damage. Again, he doesn't have much to use. Counterspell with that AMZ on top of it. Still, look at the damage coming out as he has to use everything possible. That Divine Protection sprinting away.
Yep, and he's coiled out into the open, and we've seen it. This is beautiful pathing for them. 40k hit points. There's the Nova. Impact stun is going to be able to keep damaging right onto his back.
They are betting it all.
COC. Oh, the Cone of Cold Nova.
With the impact stun.
Barely in his trap.
Damage.
Where's the play? Tied up 2-2 on the Grand. What is up?
That was impressive.
Impressive.
I really liked that they went for broke right at the end. Pooks didn't have a block.
Yeah.
Pooks had forbearance. Everything.
It's really, it's like a different level of play. You know, you see them, they're being aggressive. They're pulling cooldowns out of this PHDK while giving very few. Pooks is actually the only one who's using cooldowns on, you know, kind of an absurd level, and that's because he has to. He's a mage versus PHDK. That's just how the game goes. But you see they're getting aggressive. And their health bars are not dipping nearly as much as they were the first two maps. I'd be kind of curious to check out the gear over there on Skillcap, see what's changed, because it's not just the tactics. There's also, I believe, maybe a gear and spec change, because we're seeing far more consistency when it comes to just their CC setups. You know, they're not spiking as hard. Toes is not having to work as hard. Whatever they have done, Skillcap is clearly still in this. And we're sitting here tied 2-2. Blizzcon 2011 Grand Finals tied up 2-2, whereas moments ago, PHDK, OMG from South Korea, was up 0-2 on the North American Skillcap, and now we have it tied. I know you guys were clapping a second ago.
All right, guys.
We're going to get this going.
All right, so it sounds like the players are ready for this. Come on, it comes down to the fifth game.
Can I get a massive, a special round of applause for the last possible game and the Blizzcon 2011 Grand Finals.
All right. Here we go.
Looks like
the deciding map is going to be on Dalaran Arena.
Why not?
Oh, yes. So we're going to get into it right now. Of course, top left is going to be your team of Skill Capped, fighting their way back from a 0-2 deficit.